Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows. This weekly update, we have VR tech and stories that are shocking, scary and fun with new games and updates too. And I really enjoyed checking this week's bunch of reports out because they were just so wacky. So let's get into this. Let's get started. So let's start this off with some interesting tech called causality preserving asynchronous reality. Asynchronous, I have to try and explain this without talking about code or APIs, means something that does not occur at the same time. So an example of this in the real world is email communication. That's a form of asynchronous communication. A phone call would be a form of synchronous because it's occurring in real time. So what this concept and this video is showcasing is that current forms of synchronous communication, they're too distracting. Can you imagine not having a computer and for people to get hold of you, or for you to get hold of them, it had to be only phone calls? We are back in the early 90s and the 80s. Or an in-person dialogue. This would reduce productivity massively. So this tech's going to allow you, whilst in VR or AR, to go into focus mode and just focus on a specific task without external distraction, which allows you to not get lost in these little moments that occur around you. So they call this focus mode where there are no distractions, a time bubble, where time only flows within your personal space until you're done with your work. Then once you are finished, it will replay the world around you as it occurred. This is some Black Mirror type shiz for sure, and although the example, I can't help thinking, this is like someone on their phone and you want to talk to them and they give you that finger where they're like... So this is going to be helpful if you're blocking out the real world and would otherwise be unaware that people had come in and said anything to you. Plus, it is super cool. Any other use cases that you feel this would be better for than our current forms of communication, please comment down below because I am interested, because this seems really cool and great, but I am skeptic. And we also have some Cambria tidbits. I know loads of stories have been coming out recently saying the Cambria is for work, it's only for work, which is true that the focus is on the professional, but I still believe this to be a Quest 2 Pro option, or at least be part of the same release window of a premium Quest 2, because it was being called the Quest Pro internally. So a Quest Professional, as I just said, I think this is going to be a Quest 2. It's going to be for consumers, but marketed as a professional device, like you see with like iPhones. You have the iPhone Pro, it's like a consumer device, but it's catered for the professional, and they can charge for that. Because Mark recently spoke to investors, which I will touch on more in a second because there is some drama, and said that the headset will replace your laptop, which is a bold statement, but we kind of knew that. That is the goal. Some import logs have also been found from China where it says Seacliff, which is the code name for the Meta device, also says HMD, so it is a headset, and then it has the standard 256GB/12GB, which normally means storage and RAM, which is 3 times more than the original Quest, twice as much as the Quest 2, which gives hints that this is going to be a huge productivity improved device for multitasking, larger data handling and manipulation, because when you have many apps open at once doing many things, that takes up memory. And it also includes the additional features like eye tracking, HD color pass-through, and face tracking. That's also going to need more memory. So please stay tuned. I have something really interesting to share with you in this space next week, and you won't want to miss out on it, so stick around. A potential fantastic update around VR game development, which is a step in the right direction, but it's not the whole 9 yards. It's kind of sad. So the Oculus Unreal Engine 5 branch has now been made available, and many of the features that you would get excited for Unreal Engine 5 development are not available. The amazing nanite geometry system and the lumen lighting features, which just make the game look stunning without using up too many resources, do not work for VR. The devs have even been told to actually use the old system, the Unreal Engine 4 4.27 from Oculus, not this new one. So although yay Unreal Engine 5, you may have seen the videos of the stunning visuals, it's not as yay as you would hope, but it is a start. They have said that it doesn't support pass-through development either, late latching, or space warping. So as I just said, Oculus are recommending to use the old stable version for the time being. So yay, but nay. So a few more industry and tech pieces, and then I get onto some games and some updates, because this is where things get weird. So the first thing I want to talk about is, we can say what we want about Meta, but why have you done this, Zach?
It's smoking.
But without them, VR would not be where it is today, and to me, it's become a huge shock that a company that took over Oculus didn't make Oculus part of them. They took this VR and AR platform and made it who they are. Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, it now comes under the XR giant Meta, which is kind of crazy when it's still rather niche, so they must have some crazy vision.
Not really.
So some data has come out about money, which may make you appreciate the efforts, but also question them, which I can't blame you, because there has to be a reason why they're spending so much. So Reality Labs, the income for that division has risen 35%. Great news for VR, but the cost of this industry that they've been investing has been growing and growing year on year, spending around $2 billion every 3 months. And the Zuck said that it could be as late as 2030 until the company starts seeing profit gains from this. This is going to be a very interesting decade for VR and of course the company as a whole. I think we're going to see VR take over more sectors than just gaming. Even though we're here for games and we like games, the applications for VR and XR just go beyond that. So we're going to see it start spreading out, I think. And speaking of, a minute's silence for more Oculus removals, let's call it Oculost. You now go to oculus.com, you will be redirected to the Facebook store, which that alone I found kind of questionable. Why the Facebook store and not a Meta store? When you go there, it's going to be a light-themed webpage that will greet you and the Reality Lab products that are available in the nav bar, so the Ray-Ban Stories, the Portal, and the Quest device. But hey, at least the app on my phone is still here, right? Right? This next video is mental. AR and VR can control the human body. When I watched this, I thought we could now have AR, VR zombies, bring them back from the dead. We can wire them up like this. So a research team have put on these electrical actuators onto a human body, and when they activate, they will cause the muscle to tense up and spasm, and hence, you can control some people's movements. The example was someone was looking for a fire extinguisher during a fire, and he clearly did not take his health and safety training, lawsuit baby, and he can't find the extinguisher, so the device causes his muscle to spasm via electrical current, which will turn his head towards the object that he is looking for. And then to take this even further, we also see a drone controlling the head movement as well. So someone's turning the drone right, the head is moving right. So a drone in a war zone could follow a person and then someone can remotely control where that person looks. This is the first step towards that zombie VR warrior military I was just talking about. This is just a mental story. It then went on further to show dexterity usage, sticking actuators onto the forearm and the back of the hand, and they said that they hope to bring two people together across a metaverse and have them mimic each other and be connected like no other way before. So the use case that they used is, they used a guitar and they were giving a guitar lesson, and they could put the person trying to take the lesson, they could put their fingers where they're supposed to be, but this does not sound like a Drop G song to me. This story literally made my mind wander and jaw drop. I think it's mental, and it goes really kind of deep into the tech. They show you the data flow diagrams, so I will link that down below if you're interested to get more information on this. A link mod now, this is an absolute lifesaver, and I was wondering if something this will ever happen, if it existed, and it turns out it actually does. There is an executable available on GitHub that isn't even that new actually, but Upload VR recently made an article about it, and it made it known. So this is called the Oculus Killer, a brutal name, but with a fantastic purpose. This executable replaces the Oculus XE with a Steam VR loader. So when you turn on your Oculus headset and you want to connect via the Oculus Link or the Air Link, when you boot the Oculus app up, this will stop all of those background processes starting and will boot up Steam. So instead of you having to go through virtual desktop, because that app costs money, you can now just go through the Oculus app and cut all those background processes up, instantly boot up Steam VR, saving you tons of time. But because of this, you're also saving tons of memory. I think they said around 200 megabytes, and CPU usage, because these processes will no longer be running. So it could also improve your PCVR Link experience when maxing out your settings on your Steam VR titles. But there is a caveat. Once you use this and you're inside the headset, you can't turn Steam VR off. You have to take the headset off and then close the app on the computer, which is the way I do things anyway, so don't judge. So I'll link that down below in case you guys are interested, and I think it's time to talk about some game updates. There is a Star Wars game sale on right now to celebrate it being May, because, you know, May the 4th. And May the 4th be with you in the form of a Star Wars 50% game sale. So you can grab the Vader Immortal series, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Part 1 and Last Call, and of course Star Wars Pinball for 50% off. A video for all of those games are on the channel in case you wanted to know what they are like if you haven't played them yet, because if you haven't, Vader Immortal is a must play. Please check out the channel and see if you're up for it. After the Fall also gets a Shock and Awe update, which brings a free-for-all game mode. So not just cooperative killing Snowbreed, but you've turned on each other. Now it's every man, woman, or in the mids for his or her or themself in this PvP mode. The game also adds 4 new weapons and items. There's a shockwave power device, which is your wrist launcher, a rage booster, which looks like some adrenaline, some epinephrine straight into the chest, a warhead, which is another grenade type, and a Tommy gun. And when I hear that, the first thing that comes to mind is this.
A Tommy gun!
So this is a huge upgrade in the weaponry department over the original set of guns. There's also a new map called Stockpile, which is in a warehouse, but it's not a big one. It's a small map, so it kind of promotes the use of close combat weaponry. And let's just call it the shipment of After the Fall for my OG COD friends. Wallace and Gromit has also just been confirmed and announced for the Quest 2, and you may ask, why was this not in the gaming showcase? Oh wait! It's 2023, not 2022. So forewarning, there will be many games actually dropping this year that weren't in the showcase, in case you were thinking the level of games were lacking for the entire year. There will be more than that. That is not the definitive list. So this game is based on the show, the original stop-motion classic in British culture. Some of you may have seen the more recent movie, and I say recent, it was recent compared to the TV series. This game is to be a single-player experience that will have you trying out Wallace's latest invention, the Auto Caddy. But of course, things go wrong, as they often do, and you end up on the other side of the world. And I'm curious if they're going to keep the stop-motion effect, because in VR, that can be really disorientating, but it's also part of the Wallace and Gromit brand. So are they going to go nice and smooth, or will it be stop-motion? I do not know. Time will tell. Big Screen have just dropped an app-changing update as well. Not only do they already have rooms where you can share your desktop, hang out with friends, watch sports, rent movies, including 3D films, the social TV app that is for free, by the way, now supports YouTube. So you can hang out, put on some of your favorite content creators, some of your favorite videos, meme videos, perhaps some Karens. I love watching Karen videos. And this includes YouTube rentals and live streams, since this is going to be the latest version of the YouTube application that you get on your phone or at youtube.com. So another great reason to go check out this app and perhaps watch more of my videos. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for checking this one out and being confused and shocked and scared for the future of VR. There's a lot going on here, and please subscribe to the channel for more content. Just a little click down there helps me out massively. Have a great week, guys. Happy gaming. Good day.